KFC coleslaw is one of the most iconic side dishes of all time. Unfortunately, fast food is not very cheap anymore, and usually when you get it, it's very disappointing. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you a homemade version that gives you that same familiar feel, but actually delivers. For the full ingredient list, check the description box below, but enough talking, let's get cooking. The first thing we gotta get going is our dressing, and it has a buttermilk base, but I never have buttermilk on hand. You might, I don't. So we're gonna make buttermilk by using some whole milk and some white vinegar. The vinegar is gonna curdle the milk, but it needs a little bit of time, so you wanna get this going first. So we'll take about a quarter cup of some whole milk and a teaspoon of some white vinegar. I'm gonna give this a mix, and we're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, the milk should curdle a little bit, so it should get thick and a little chunky, and that's what we're looking for, and it'll get that perfect tangy buttermilk flavor. Let's set this aside and let the vinegar do its thing while we prep our vegetables. It's really clear to see why KFC went this direction with their coleslaw, because you got 3 of the cheapest vegetables you possibly can buy all in one, and that's really it that makes up the substance of this coleslaw other than the dressing. We got some green cabbage, here we got a yellow onion, and some carrots. One of the things that defines a KFC style coleslaw is how finely shredded everything is. It doesn't have any big chunks or long strings. One of the tools I like to use to do that shredding is this Japanese mandolin. Not a big gadget guy, but this is an indispensable tool in the kitchen. It's cheap, it's highly versatile, and you can do a lot of awesome things with it that are irreplaceable, and it just really speeds up a lot of the chopping that you could do in the kitchen. If you don't have one of these Japanese mandolins, go get one and you can thank me later. I absolutely love this tool. And let me show you how quickly it makes work of this cabbage. So what I like to do with the cabbage is I like to keep the stem intact, and I'm gonna cut the cabbage in half. And then we're gonna cut it into quarters. This is gonna make it much easier to handle and shred. I'm gonna place the mandolin right on the top, and I'm gonna take my cut glove and put it on because I never use a mandolin without a cut glove. Mandolins are super dangerous. They're really helpful, but in just 1 second, you can slice the tip of your finger and have to go to the emergency room, and that'll really slow it down, and there's no blood or fingertips in this recipe. So what I like to do is keep the core intact because it helps keep the cabbage all together. And now using like the cut side, I'm gonna push the cabbage through the mandolin. You can see how quickly this makes work of the cabbage and shreds it up. If you have any pieces that fall off, just set those aside. We're gonna chop those up with a knife later, but we're gonna try to do as much as possible with the mandolin. As one side gets worked a little bit, you can flip the cabbage over just to get a nice like fresh side on it. But I'm just using light pressure and nice even strokes. It would take forever to do this work by hand, and it would be really uneven. The other option is using the food processor, but I try not to use the food processor unless I have to. Probably one of the most difficult things to clean in the kitchen because it's got all those parts. This cleans up like a breeze, and it's way more low tech. And in the ingredient list, I put 8 cups of cabbage because cabbages can vary in size. Like this cabbage is a pretty small cabbages. I've gotten cabbages that are about like this big, so it's hard to say whether it's one large cabbage, one small cabbage. I think it's about a large bowl like this filled up a little bit more than halfway. And you can see how easily and quick that Japanese mandolin took that cabbage and shredded it down to this super fine consistency. Any of the pieces that didn't get shredded and I had to put aside, I'm just gonna take my knife and just run it through just once or twice. You just try to chop it up nice and fine, and then I'll just mix it right in. But if I had to do the whole cabbage like this would take a long time, and it would be really inconsistent. I'm sure at KFC, they probably got like some big machine that they throw the cabbages right in and they come out shredded. Now let's move on to our carrots and onions. The carrots, even when you wash them, they're still a little grimy on the outside. So we're gonna give these carrots a peel, and we're gonna cut the onion into quarters and take off the skin. We only need about a quarter of an onion for this recipe. So we're gonna cut half an onion, and then I'm gonna cut the onion into quarters, but I'm gonna cut it this way because it's gonna be a little easier to handle. Now we're gonna use our tower shredder, and I wanna show you how I've been using it now that I wasn't a big fan of, but once I started using it like this, I really like it. So the tower shredder, just like the Japanese mandolin, it can get your fingers, so cut glove makes it definitely safer. I'm gonna take the tower shredder, or the box shredder, and I'm gonna put it down on its side. And now I'm gonna use the tower shredder, and I'm gonna shred right onto the other side of the tower shredder. So as I'm shredding, onion is collecting right on the bottom of the tower shredder. Ooh, shredding onion is brutal. And normally I keep it, oh man, I can't even talk right now. Normally I would keep it right inside the tower shredder and then dump it, but I wanted to show you how much onion we're working with. Any pieces, just like the cabbage, if we didn't get it with the tower shredder, we'll just take our knife and just give it a nice little mince and just get it really, really fine. And why we want to shred the onion so much is we want it to release a lot of flavor into the coleslaw, and we don't want to even see that there's any onion in there. And this is one of the things that gives the KFC coleslaw its really distinct flavor, is that finely shredded onion. I probably got a little over a quarter cup of minced onions. And when I say minced, this is very finely minced. We're going to put that right inside of our bowl. And now we're going to do the same thing and shred our carrots. And I like to use the box shredder or tower shredder because it gets it way more finely than the Japanese mandolin. But if I use the box shredder for the cabbage, that's way too thin for the cabbage. And now look how easy it makes the transport. Now that our milk is a little curdled, you can see that it's just a little thicker than it was before. I'm gonna take a spoonful of this yogurt and put it in there. And I like using this yogurt, and this is full fat Greek yogurt, because it has a really nice tang to it, just like the buttermilk. And that is one of the flavors that really define this coleslaw. It's got a little tang, it's also got a little sweet, but we'll get there in a second. Now we're gonna add a little mayonnaise. We're gonna add 2 big spoonfuls. Mayo is traditionally used as the dressing, but between the buttermilk and the yogurt, it takes that flavor of the mayonnaise and enhances it because it's got that nice tangy acid kind of flavor. KFC uses sugar in their coleslaw because it's got that sweet. I like to substitute sugar for honey whenever I can, so we're gonna use honey in this recipe. I think it adds the sweetness and it also adds additional flavor that I think is really good. And I find that there's not a lot of reasons to use sugar when you can use honey. Now we're gonna add a little apple cider vinegar, a little over 2 tablespoons. We're gonna lightly squeeze a lemon. We don't need a little bit, but KFC coleslaw does have a little lemon flavor in there. So we're gonna put the juice from a light squeeze from half a lemon. Now we're gonna season this dressing with a little of my base seasoning. This is a blend of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. You can put the things individually, but I always keep this stuff mixed on hand at all times. This is a great application for it. And we're also gonna put a little celery seed. Celery seed gives coleslaw, macaroni salad, all those nice deli-style side dishes a really distinct flavor. With the celery seed, we're just gonna need a little bit, so we'll use about a half a teaspoon, and now a light sprinkle of the base seasoning. To mix this, the tool that you're gonna wanna use is a whisk, because we got solid stuff, we got liquid stuff, and it's all gotta come together. A whisk is the tool that helps you emulsify dressings like this. You could do it with a fork. A spoon's gonna be really rough. It's gonna be hard to break up all the chunks of stuff that are in here, but you can see that this whisk made light work of the yogurt, the mayo, the honey. So now that our dressing is mixed, we're gonna pour it on top of our cabbage and our carrots and that onion that we put in there. And now we're gonna give this a mix until everything is well incorporated, nicely mixed. The cabbage and the carrots, because they're so finely cut, are gonna soak up the dressing. Because you saw that dressing was a little runny. That's not a bad thing, that's what it's supposed to be. Because you can see that as I'm mixing it, just like the bristles of a paintbrush, all these finely shredded vegetables are gonna cling to that dressing. Not only that, the dressing is gonna help soften up the cabbage. Everything's a little stiff in here right now. But as this dressing does its thing and all the flavors marry, the cabbage and the carrots are gonna soften up a little bit. They're gonna help release some of the flavors, especially that finely minced onion, the shredded onion. That's gonna help release flavor into the dressing, and it's gonna get rid of that really sharp flavor from the onion. Now that this is well mixed, I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap and we're gonna put this in the fridge. At a minimum, 2 hours. Best is gonna be overnight, and that's gonna allow all those things that I said. The onion to release its flavor into the coleslaw, the cabbage to soften, and for this to become more cohesive and take off that sharp bite from the onion. Here is some that I made yesterday. Before you want to serve this after it sits, the liquid might separate out a little bit. You might just want to give that a little mix. But you could see how soft this is now compared to the stiff cabbage that we had in the other one. So we take a nice big scoop of this coleslaw. Look how great that looks. And it looks just like the coleslaw from KFC. This is just shredded cabbage, onions, and carrots, and I'm super excited to try it. This is gonna be an epic bite. Man, that is satisfying. It's really good. It's cold, it's crispy, it's a little soft, it's got that sweetness, it's got a nice tang, and I think fast food does a good job of creating recipes. They do a terrible job of execution. So if we could take what we've learned from why fast food is so popular and take that and bring it into the kitchen, make stuff like this, it is really, really good. We all see the commercials that fast food makes. All the food looks fantastic, and then you get there and you buy it, and it's a little flat, it looks a little beat up. But if you take those recipes and make that at home, it is infinitely better, more delicious, healthier, you got control over it, and you get to eat the same stuff. And fast food isn't that cheap anymore. Now it's kind of expensive. So if we take the cheapest vegetables in the supermarket and turn it into this delicious coleslaw for your next barbecue, you will be highly surprised at how easy it is and how delicious it is. I'm gonna eat the rest of this coleslaw. While I'm doing that, hit like on this video if you like the video. Subscribe to my channel so you can find out when I drop new recipe videos. Get the notification bell going so you can find out when those videos drop. And if you're into sides, check out my deli-style macaroni salad. That is a really awesome recipe, and you could also use the celery seed that we saw in this recipe. I will see you there. Thanks.